Hello my dear students, once again I am here. This time we are going to start chapter number 27. The name of the chapter is annuity. Now what is this annuity is? Basically annuity is a sequence of equal payments made at equal intervals. For example, the payment of LIC premiums. For example, the payment of recurring deposits. Recurring deposit is a type of deposit in which every month you will have to submit a certain amount of certain amount for accumulating some amount in the given period of time. Generally, RDs are there for 5 years. This LIC can be for various durations. Now, payment periodic is the size of each payment of an annuity. That for how much big size or small size this payment should be. Payment periods, the time between two successive payment dates is known as payment periods. Now, amount or future value. Now, what is this amount or future value? The sum of all the payments made by you and the interest earned over them. That term will be known as amount or future value. Then, present value or capital value. Now, what is this present value? Sum of all the present value. Sum of the present value of all the payments made is present value. Now, on the basis of depositing time, the annuities are divided into few categories. One is ordinary annuity, in which the first payment is made at the end of the first payment period. For example, it is for yearly, so at the end of the year you will submit it. Annuity due, in which payment periods are made at the beginning of the payment period. Now the good thing is that for entire chapter we are having just one formula, and what is the formula is the amount or future value S. The future will be represented by S of an ordinary annuity of rupees R per period for n periods. Now as many times you will submit, that will be n at the rate of I. We have already understood that I is nothing but R upon 100, and R upon 100 K, better to say, as many times it is going to be submitted. So this formula we will calculate only three type of questions. In most of the question we will calculate S, sometime we will calculate R, and sometime he is asking you to calculate N. So these three type of question in the entire exercise, and thereafter it is going to finish in one lecture only. So today we are going to finish one of our chapter, that is chapter number 27. You learn this formula, few terms, and thereafter the chapter will be yours. Thereafter this chapter will be finished. So here we go. Let us see few questions based over it. Yes. What the first question is asking us to do. Find the amount of an ordinary annuity, amount yani S, of rupees 1000 payable at the end of each year for 3 years at 10% per year, compounded annually. So compounded annually, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly, compounded monthly. That concept will always be there, so that you will have to take care. Okay, so in this S he is asking, this is question number 1. S he is asking, while R is given to us is rupees 1000, N to us is 3 years, and I you can say is 10%. So 10% means 10 upon 100, that is 0.1. Okay, then S is equals to R 1 plus I to the power N minus 1 upon I. So what we got is 1000 1 plus 0.1 to the power 3 minus 1 upon 0.1. So due to this 0.1, this become 10,000, and thereafter this is 1.1 to the power 3 minus 1. Now since this is 1.1 to the power 3 only, so that we can calculate very easily with say a simple calculation. But if it is longer, the powers are high, then we will calculate the value of this term by logarithm, and thereafter we will use that term here. That's it. They have given you the table also, but that table we are not going to use. So 10,000 into 0.331. So in the end we got 3310. So after, if 1000 rupees will be invested and 10 this will be given, we are going to get 3310 rupees. Okay. Now next is, let us see the next question, that when we will have to use the logarithm. In this question we didn't use logarithm, we simply find out that the by without logarithm only. Now let us see how we will use logarithm in these questions. Find the amount of an ordinary annuity of rupees 500 payable at the end of each year for 7 years at 7% per year, compounded annually. Now this year once again it is given compounded annually. So S you will have to calculate, and rest all things are with you. They are given. Let us apply the same formula, but this time we will have to calculate it with logarithm. So R is this time is 500, N is 7 years, and I is 7%, that is 0.07. Okay, so S is equals to R1 plus I to the power n minus 1 upon I, 500, 1 plus 0.07 to the power 7 minus 1 upon 0.07. So what I'll do, I'll put the decimal away. 50,000 upon 7 and 1.07 to the power 7 minus 1. Now what you will do, you will find the value of 1.07 to the power 7 with the help of log. How? Let us say x is equals to 1.07 to the power 7. So log x will be 7 log 1.07. What is the value of 1.07? It is showing with the multiplication. Let me see what is the value of 10 at 7. Logarithm 10 at 7 is 0.0294. 0.0294 on multiplying with this 7, we got 0.2058. We got 0.2058. Okay, now this is the value of log x. To find x, we will do anti-log of 0.2058, and that we are getting as 1.606. So this way we get the value of 1.07 to the power 7 as 1.606. Now we will use this value. Every time you will have to calculate it, and then you will use it in this. 50,000 upon 7, 1.606 minus 1. I got 50,000 upon 7 into 0.606, and on the solution of it we get 4,328.57. 4,328.57. So this way we will find out the value of the annuity in case of annually is given and with the help of log. Now let us take a question in which we are using quarterly, monthly or something like this. Then what the impact will be? The impact will be on N and I. Nothing else is going to be changed. The formula is going to remain same. We are going to have the same use of logarithm, and then with that we will get the answer. Okay, so this was question number 2. Now we are going to question number 3. Quarterly is there. Find the amount of an ordinary annuity if payment of rupees 500 is made at the end of every quarter, for 10 years, and at the rate of 8% per annum, compounded quarterly. So this way we got the question in which quarterly is used. So R is rupees 500, N is 10 years and quarterly, so in 10 years there will be 40 quarters, and rate is 8%, but since it is quarterly, so it will be divided by 4, 2 is 8, 0.02. It will be 0.02. And now apply the formula. S is equals to 500 1 plus 0.02 to the power 40 minus 1 upon 0.02, and then we will 50,000 upon 2, what we got, 1.02 to the power 40 minus 1. Once again, to find the value of 1.02 to the power 40, we will have to use log. Log x is equals to 40 log 1.02, 40 multiplied by log 1.02 is given as 0.0086, and on multiplication we got it 0.344. So x is equals to NT log of 0.344, that we are getting 2.2080. So this is what? This is the value of 1.02 to the power 40 that we are going to use here. This is 25,000, 2.2080 minus 1. So 25,000 into 1.2080, and that is giving us 30,200. That is giving us 30,200. So this way we will calculate in case of quarterly or half yearly or even monthly. So in case of monthly, what will happen? We will multiply it by 12 and divide it by 12. Let us see a question of monthly. Question number 7 we are going to do. Find the amount of an annuity if the payment of rupees 200 is made at the end of every month for 3 years at the rate of 15% compounded monthly. So monthly means we will have to multiply the time with 12, and we will have to divide the rate by 12. That is one thing will come into existence, otherwise everything is going to remain same. This is question number 7 we are doing. R, he is telling us rupees 200, N is 3 years, and since it is monthly, so 12 into 3, 36 month will be there, and rate was given, I think 15%, divided by 12, 0.00125. Okay, now what I will do, again the same formula. S is equals to 200 1 plus 0.0125 to the power 36 minus 1 upon 0.0125. So we will remove the decimal. So 2001234 divided by 125, and this side it will be 1.0125 to the power 36 minus 1. So we will have to cancel this also. 25 1 ja. When we will divide 1 1, 2, 6 zeros divided by 125, we got 16,000. Here we got 16,000, and let us calculate the value of it. So that we will use here. But first of all, let us calculate. So x is equals to 1.0125 to the power 16. Log x will be 16 log 1.0125. 16 into the value of 1.0125. He is telling us 0.0052. 0.0052, and on multiplication we get 1872. So here it should be 36. Why I have written 16? Here it should be 36. So this will be 36, this will be 36, this will be 36, 0.1872. 1872. Then x will be anti-log of 0.1872, that is 1.539. 1.539. So that 1.539 I will use here, and in the end 16,000, 0.539, and my answer is 8,624. 8,624. So this way we have solved annually, we have solved quarterly, and we have solved even monthly. So this is all you will have to do in these type of questions. Then sometime he will use the same question in the general practical problems. Let us see question number 12. A man deposits rupees 5,000 at the end of each year for 5 years. He made first payment at the end of 97 and the last payment at the end of 2001. For how much should be there on 31st December 2001 if the rate of interest is 10% compounded annually? So this is nothing exactly the same type of question which we have done in the previous type of question, so we are not going to do it. Now there will be another questions in which S will be given, and then he is asking R. So only difference will be that the values will be kept here, and then we will find out the value of R in this from the same formula. Okay, so let us discuss that type of question one. There are few questions like that, so we will discuss one question like that. Question number 13. A person wants to accumulate 50,000 by making equal payments at the end of each quarter for next 5 years. He want to accumulate 50,000. This is question number 13 we are going to do. So 50,000 is his target, that I want to accumulate 50,000. So he wants to know that how much he should invest at the end of every quarter. So N is equals to, for how many years? 5 years. 5 years. So 5 into 4, 20 quarters, 20 times he will have to invest, and the rate is 6%. So 6 divided by 4. 6 divided by 4 into 100. This is 1.5 to 0.015. 0.015. Okay. Now we want to get the value of R. So 50,000 is equals to R 1 plus 0.015 to the power 20 minus 1 upon 0.015. So what will happen? This will go this side and that will come down. So to find out R, 50,000 into 0.015 upon 1.015 to the power 20 minus 1. So once again what we will have to do, we will have to calculate the value of this from log. X is equals to 1.015 to the power 20. Log x is equals to 20 log 1.015. 20 into what is the value of log 1.015? That is 0.0064. 0.0064, and on multiplication we got it 0.128, and as x we got nt log of 0.128, that is equals to 1.343. 1.343. So that value we will use here, 50,000 into 0.015, 1.343 minus 1, that is 343, and on the solution of that we got 2,186 rupees 58 paisa. 2,186 rupees 58 paisa. So this way, if he is submitting 2,186 rupees 58 paisa for next 20 quarters, he is going to have this much amount. Let us say a practical problem based over this annuity, that how this is useful for companies and in general public. This is for general public, and now we will use it for a company. That you can calculate that if rate of interest is going on this for next few years, how we will get how much we will have to this. How much we will have to invest every month. Okay. Now we are solving question number 17. A machine costs 98,000 and its effective life is estimated 12 years. If the scrap value is 3,000 only, what should be retained out of profits at the end of each year to accumulate to compound at compound interest at 5% per annum for depreciation, so that a new machine can be purchased at the same price after 12 years. After 12 years, he wants to have the same machine, and he is assuming that its price is not going to increase. So how much money he should start investing now, so that at the end of 12 years, once this machine is out of order, once this machine is depreciated for 3,000 rupees, he will have sufficient amount of money. So at the end of the year he will have 3,000 rupees. At the end of 12 years he will have 3,000 rupees. So out of 98,000, 3,000 will be used those. So his S will be 98,000 minus 3,000, that is 95,000. He won 95,000 at that time, because 3,000 he will get by selling that machine. So N is 12 years, and annually it is to be done. Rate he was telling 5%, so 5 upon 100. R he wants to know. So 95,000 is equals to R 1 plus 0.05 to the power 12 minus 1 upon 0.05. So to get the value of R, 95,000 will be multiplied by 0.05 and will be divided by 1.05 to the power 12 minus 1. Once again, we will have to calculate the value of 1.05 to the power 12 by logarithm. X is equals to 1.05 to the power 12. Log x is equals to 12 log 1.05, and 12 into what is the value of 1.05 he is telling, 0.20212. 0.0212 on multiplication we get 0.2544, and x is equals to nt log of 0.2544. It is going to come as 1.797. 1.797. Let us use that. 95,000 into 0.05 1.797 minus 1, and on the solution of it we are getting 5959.84. 5959.84. So this way we will come to know that to get 95,000 after 12 years, he should start saving 55,959 rupees 84 paisa per year. Okay. So these are the two type of question in which we calculated S in the first few, and in the last we have calculated R. Now there is one question in which we will have to calculate the time. S and R both are given, and then we are calculating time in that question. Okay, and with that, that will be the last question for this chapter, and then this chapter will be over. Question number 18. Let us see what he is saying. Find the least number of years for which an annuity of rupees 1500 per annum must run in order that its amount just exceed 30,000 at 9% compounded annually. Compounded annually is given. So S is 30,000, R is 1500. S is 30,000, R is 1500 rupees. N we want to calculate. I is given as 9% compounded annually. So 9 upon 100, that is 0.09. So let us solve it. 30,000 is equals to 1500. 1 plus 0.09 to the power n minus 1 upon 0.09. So this double zero will cancel this. 15 2s are 20 into 0.09 is equals to 1.09 to the power n minus 1. Now, what I should do? I should calculate this. This will be 1.8, and that one will be added this side. So this is 1.8 plus 1, 1.09 to the power n, and then 1.09 to the power n is equals to 2.8. Taking log both sides, so n log 1.09 is equals to log 2.8. What are the values? The values are 4772. It is 0.4772, and n will be, and that value will be divided, so that is 0.0374, 0.0374, and the answer is 11.957. So you can say the answer is 12 years. So he should submit this amount for 12 years so that he will have an amount of more than 30,000. Okay. By this chapter is over, and in my next video we will start taxation and bills. First of all, we will go for GST, that you have studied a lot in the accountancy, but we will learn the calculation of GST. Okay. Till then, complete your work and take care.